Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Narisha Hasika binti Nur Saif Aslan. My ID number is 2021-33107. And now I will present about organization analysis. Here is the all issue that include of organization analysis. We have a technology change, innovation, globalization, quality and process improvement, restructuring, economic issue, public policy issue. All this analysis issue is involved examining a firm's research such as technology, financial, and also human. Next, we have task analysis. For your information, task analysis is the process of determining a training program's content by study the tasks and duties a job involves. So next, we have competency assessment. What is competency assessment? Competency assessment is an analysis of the set of skill and knowledge needed for decision-oriented and knowledge-intensive job. Okay, next we have person analysis. Person analysis also the process of determining the specific individual who need to train in an organization. We have to training for the organization. Firstly, analysis can help organization avoid providing all employers to training when do not need it. Okay, and then analysis also helps manager to determining what a prospective trains are able to do currently, so that the programs can be designed to provide training and will benefit them. So all the performance and information can be used to conduct a person analysis. Okay, here is the designing and training programs. We have four focus for the training programs. Firstly is training's instructional objective. What is this? Training's instructional objectives is focused to desired outcomes of training program. Secondly, we have readiness of trainers and their motivation. Next, also have principle of training, and lastly, we have characteristic of instructors. Okay, next, we have 9 principles of learning. Firstly is goal setting, individual difference, active practice and repetition, whole versus part learning, experiential learning, mass distribute and continuous learning, feedback and reinforcement, meaningfulness of presentation, and also modern. Lastly, here is the typical learning curve. So we can see this is the graph for typical learning curve.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Aina Shafika binti Amrai. My matrix number is 2021-590-745. First, I will describe about the scope of training. The term training is often used casually to describe almost any effort initiated by an organization to foster learning among its members. However, many experts distinguish between training, which is tend to be narrowly focused and oriented towards short-term performance concerns, and development, which tends to be more oriented broadening an individual's skills for future responsibility. There are two terms tend to be combined into a single phrase, training and development, to recognize the combination of activities organization used to increase the knowledge and skills of employees. A strategic approach with training, a manager should keep a close eye on their firm's goal and strategies and orient their training accordingly. Managers should realize that not all a firm strategy initiative can be accomplished with training. Second, not other organization will be a strategy imperative for the firm. On top of that, Chief Learning Officers, a high-ranking executive responsible for fostering employee learning and development within the firm. Moving forward, strategic model of training and development. Phase 1, need assessment, which is organization, task analysis, person analysis. Phase 2, design, objective, training, readiness, principles of learning. Phase 3, implementation, which is methods and learning outcome. The last one is phase 4, evaluation, reactions, learning, behavior and result. Phase 1, conducting the need assessments. Hard skill is the tangible and teachable skills needed to a job, while soft skills, subjective skills that are harder to measure, requiring more discretion or judgment, but equally valuable in the workplace. There are two columns here, hard skill training and soft skill training. The first one is on-the-job training for new hires, basic skills training, budgeting and accounting training, machinery operating training, IT computer training, customer service training, and compliance training. Skill training, there are ethics training, diversity training, leadership training, communication training, team training, time management training, and interpersonal skills training. Needs assessment for training, there are three here. The first one is organization analysis of environment, strategies, and resources to determine where to emphasize training. Task analysis of the activities to be performed in order to determine the KSAOS needed. Person analysis of performance, knowledge, and skills in order to determine who needs training. Organization analysis and examination of an organization environment, goals, strategies, performance, and resources so as to determine what training it should do. HR personnel typically collect data such as information on the quality of a firm's goods and services, its absenteeism, turnover, and number of accidents. The availability of potential replacement and the time required to train them are important factors in organization analysis.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti Sarah binti Ahmad Jamil. My matrix number is 20213483311. Next, I will be presenting Phase 3 implementing the training program, training delivery methods. Choosing the right training method depends on the knowledge, skills, abilities, and other characteristics to be learned. Multiple training methods are often used in conjunction with different types of learners. This figure shows a learning continuum of various training methods, from learning that is very reactive and passive to learning that is very active. This figure shows a traditional classroom instruction delivered by lecturers continues to be the number one training delivery method for formally training employees. On-the-job training, OJT, a method by which employees are given hands-on experience with instructions from their supervisor or other trainer. OJT is by far the most common informal method used to train employees. Apprenticeship training, a system of training in which a worker entering the skill trades is given true instruction and experience both on off the job in the practical and theoretical aspects of the work. Special assignments. Special job assignments involve assigning trainees who are often but not always on managerial tracks to different jobs in different areas of a firm, often in different regions and countries. The proper way to do on-the-job training. Proper. Decide what employees need to be taught. Identify the best sequences or steps of the training. Decide how best to demonstrate these steps. Have materials, resources, and equipment ready. Reassure. Put each employee at ease. Learn about his or her prior experience and adjust accordingly. Try to get the employee interested, relaxed, and motivated to learn. Orient. Show the employee the correct way to do the job. Explain why it is done this way. Discuss how it relates to other jobs. Let him or her ask lots of questions. Perform. When employees are ready, let them try the job themselves. Give them an opportunity to practice the job and guide them through rough spots. Provide help and assistance at first, then as they continue. Evaluate. Check the employees' performance and question them on how, why, when, and where they should do something. Correct errors. Repeat instructions. Reinforce and review. Provide praise and encouragement and give feedback about how the employee is doing. Continue the conversation and express confidence in his or her doing the job. Cooperative training, internships, and governmental training. Cooperative training, a training program that combines practical on-the-job experience with formal educational classes. Internship programs are jointly sponsored by colleges, universities, and a variety of organizations, and offer students that the chances to get real-world experience while finding out how they will perform in work organizations. The federal government and various state governments work together with private employers to sponsor training programs for new and current employees at career centers nationwide that take place at American job centers. Simulations. Simulations are used when it is either impractical or unwise to train employees on the actual equipment used on the job.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nur Farhana binti Nur Azham. My matric number is 2021183399. Today I will explain about implementing the training program. There are 10 of training delivery method. Firstly is cooperative training, internship, and governmental training. A training program that combines practical on-the-job experience with formal educational classes. Internship programs are jointly sponsored by college, university, and a variety of organizations and that offers students the chance to get real-world experience when finding out how they will perform in work organization. The federal government or various state government work together with private employers to sponsor training programs for new and current employees at career centers nationwide that take place at American job centers. Secondly is simulation. Simulation are used when is it either impractical or unwise to train employees on the actual equipment used on the job. Thirdly is game. Because game have a competitive component and are fun, trainers have found people are more likely want to engage with them as well as remember what they learn from them. Fourthly is e-learning. E-learning is learning that takes place via electronic media such as learning management system, just-in-time training, micro-learning and more, MOOC. Fifthly is behavior modeling. Is it mean a learning approach in which work behavior or model or demonstrate and trainees are asked to mimic them. Next is role-playing. Role-playing consists of playing the role of others, often a supervisor or subordinates, who are facing a particular problem, such as a disagreement or performance problem. And then coaching. Coaching consists of a continuing flow of instruction, comments, and suggestions from the manager to a subordinate. Next is case study, a particularly usable method used in classroom learning situation in the case study. The second last of training method is seminar and conference. Seminar and conference are good for raising point of debate and discussing issues that have no resolutions. For this reason, seminar and conference are often used when change is an organization goals. And the lastly is blended learning. Blended learning, the use of both in-person classroom learning and online learning. And here on how when using case studies, other than that, there are 5 of additional training and development program. I will explain about the orientation training and onboarding, and the other 4 is by next presenter. Orientation is the formal process of familiarizing new employees with the organization, their jobs, and their work units. The last one is onboarding, the process of systematically socializing new employees to help them get on board with an organization. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Nadira binti Umar. My matric number 2021117225. Now I will proceed with subsequent additional training and development programs. Previously we have orientation and onboarding. Now the second point is the basic skills trainings, which provide skills training to employees such as reading and writing skills. The additional basic skills training need as has been listed. The basic skills training is to gain knowledge and abilities necessary to fulfill the specific requirement of their job positions. Next, we go to the team training, which focuses more on team roles, group dynamic, and problem solving. Provides skills needed to function effectively as a team. Usually, games are often used as adventure-based learning as an initiative for the personal and social development of participants. Let's take a look at table below. Here is the team training that consists of process dynamic and behavior dynamic. If all the effectiveness of this activity reaches success in each member of the group, then it has attained the desired requirement. So let's proceed with the cross training. This training is to train employees to perform activities or work outside the scope of work. The goal for this training is to improve overall performance. The advantages of these cross-training programs can cut turnover, increase productivity, pay down labor costs, and lay the foundation for careers rather than that in jobs. Last but not least is ethics and diversity training. Ethics training program is a program that encourages ethical behavior, while diversity training program for individual acceptance of differences among a group. Ethics training can be common, ethical dilemmas, company culture, customer privacy and data protection, and so on. Diversity training in the workplace addresses all the unique things about employees such as race, religions, gender, nationality, and many more. That's all for today. Thank you.